Projects, projects, projects. From races to places to riding the Dakar Rally. Lyndon Poskitt fills his life with various unique projects, and he loves it. So, why not add another one to the list? This new project will hopefully go off with a spark. Let me explain. Alta Motors, based in Brisbane, California, are responsible for designing and manufacturing the most advanced off-road electric motorcycles in the world. And in their words, they are building the future of fast. Recently, Alta have been working with Lyndon to develop the bike setup and its electronics to take on a whole new challenge, the world's toughest one-day enduro, Erzberg Rodeo, also known as the Iron Giant. In 2018, Lyndon and his teammate will become the first ever competitors to take on the Iron Giant on electric motorcycles, running a pair of prototype Alta EXRs with the aim of successfully qualifying and showing how this cutting-edge technology can compete against traditional machines and manufacturers.
So let's talk a little bit about the Alta and what it's been like. I've had it for 3-4 weeks now, 3 weeks. Been putting quite a bit of riding in with it, and it's a completely different riding experience to riding internal combustion engine bike. So one of the first things that you notice when you jump on it is that it doesn't have a clutch lever. And one of the reasons for that is it doesn't need a clutch lever because it's got instant torque, like the engine doesn't stall. So you can stop on a steep slope and you can just feed the power in. And because of that different way that the systems work with the bike, it takes a little bit of getting used to. So it's taken me some time to get used to get to the point where I can do the same things that I could do with my conventional engine motorcycle. Got different map settings, for example, so we can run a really soft rock crawler map setting, which tends to spin the rear wheel a lot less, or we can put aggressive map settings in when you've got a lot of traction and you want to launch the front wheel, for example. The thing's got so much torque, you can actually do a wheelie from a standstill, just like you can with a clutch on a bike. That was a beaut. Yeah, we're just going up onto the North Yorkshire moors here in the UK to do a little bit of testing.
Rob Jarman, a UK Pateley Bridge resident and mountain biking legend, has the perfect place for Lyndon and the Alta to practice.
I think it's ace. I think it's the future.
What a beautiful part of the world this is.
This is a small training ground, small but very, very technical training ground. And some of you might recognise some bits of it because Graham Jarvis comes and trains here a lot. And there's a lot of lines up there that I won't be trying today. There's some serious stuff here, so you can see how, you know, he challenges himself so much to take on this stuff, and you know, that's what's required of somebody at the top of the game like Graham.
I think Mikey is trying to show us here that the rocks are pretty tall.
This is the Ultimate Redshift. It actually comes with 4 maps pre-programmed, which is like a really light map. It's got 2 intermediary maps, and then it's got a full-on full performance map, but to give you an idea, the bike's got 50 horsepower. The thing is very, very fast, so if you want it to be fast and you put it in map 4, pretty much you can have all you want. And a lot of people are thinking, well, Erzberg's 4 hours, like how are you going to last 4 hours? Well, you know, the bike as it is probably not going to last 4 hours, but there is an opportunity to do a battery change. You know, people can stop and get a splash of fuel. In help zones, you see people putting bottles of fuel in bikes and stuff to get them to the end of the race. And the same for me, as long as it's in a help zone, then I could change a battery. Well, how long does it take to battery? With a qualified team of people that know how to change the battery and the battery cradle and everything, it's probably about 5 to 7 minutes. It's a quick job. So if we decide that we need to change the battery in a certain place in the race, then we'll stop and take that time out. We'll lose that time out of the race, but we'll put a new battery on and see how far we can get.
As with any new bike Lyndon receives, it will spend a few days in his workshop getting fettled.
So one of the things we can do on the bike is change the weight of the flywheel in here, which basically changes the response of the bike and how it feels. So it's just this little device here, and we just take the cover off, swap it out. It's a really quick job to do. With a heavier flywheel, it actually helps a little bit for extreme hard enduro type sections. So we'll give this one a go.
Let's settle the bike name. Every bike on Lyndon's project has a name, and rumour has it, this one is called Spark, for obvious reasons.
Final preparations, new plastics, graphics, and just going right through the bike, making sure everything's good and as it should be. It's about where we want it. It's not exactly there, but it's as close as we can get it in the time that we've had. We've really put a lot of time into testing and getting the bike where it is today, so I'm super excited just to go and get it started now. That's it. She's updating. Firmware is going. Confirmation up there. Sweet! Yeah, we're just heading south on the A1 in the UK. Destination Eisenherz, Austria, for the Erzberg Rodeo 2018. Apparently I've heard that Graham Jarvis eats McDonald's, right?
Yeah.
And challenges himself to the double cheeseburger challenge. And if that's what works for him, then I think we should give it a go.
Oh, we'll give it a go.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, while the team were taking a short break, disaster has struck. Lyndon's van has been broken into, and everything, from cameras to bikes, have been stolen, cleaned out. After calling police and doing everything possible, Lyndon makes the phone call to Alta to explain the tragic news. Not only have these thieves stolen the finely fettled Spark and the backup bike named Arnie, but they've stolen Lyndon's dream of being one of the first riders to take on the Iron Giant on an electric bike. Words cannot describe how Lyndon must be feeling now.
Honestly, I'm beside myself. I don't know what to do. Everything has been stolen out of my van. Like on the way south to get the Channel Tunnel to go to Erzberg, some imbeciles have stolen everything. Who are these people? Like, it's just destroyed everything. Everything you spend weeks and months preparing and training for something like this, and then this happens. Like, I don't know what to say. I'm just trying to share it as much as possible on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, everything, just trying to get the word out there. Just so much stuff gone missing. It's honestly, it's just like gut-wrenching. I'm literally shaking because I just don't know what to do. So here I am in the police station. I've just given a statement, a really thorough, detailed statement, and done a lot of work with the police to try and thankfully we took a video on site where we were having lunch, and from that video we were able to take a little clip which actually showed the type of van that was parked next to my van that stole all my stuff from the van. So what we were able to do was actually identify that vehicle and the time from that video that the vehicle was there. With that, we then managed to get some CCTV footage which has identified the license plate, the registration plate number of that vehicle. And now I'm at the police station giving a full statement, and they're working away trying to find out exactly where these bikes went. That we've finally figured out the number of the van that stole the bikes. Now we're trying to find out where that van is. Apparently the bikes have been spotted in Stratford, which is about 30 minutes away from here, ripping down the street, some young hooligans on them. I don't know if for sure they are these bikes, but hopefully they are, and we can get them back. And when the batteries run out, they're going to come to a standstill somewhere. So yeah, so I've been looking all over. Thankfully we've got some friends local. We're going to spend the night here, spend the next probably 24 hours in the UK in the hope that we can get these bikes back and we can still get to Erzberg. Thanks for everyone for sharing and getting this out to the world, and let's get these bikes back and get to Erzberg. To repack, take two, back home again. Alright, someone's been shopping. Mike's been and bought me some trunks, some boxer shorts. We'll have those in. 2 boxer shorts, 6 pairs of boxer shorts. That'll see us through Erzberg. 10 pairs of socks.
Being a forward-thinking company, and Lyndon being one of the most positive people I know, there was always going to be an emergency plan put into action to get the best possible end result, despite this disaster. Eventually, Alta explained that Lyndon may still be able to ride the Prologue race on his teammate Ty Tremaine's second bike, but he won't be able to compete in the hare scramble, as Ty will need both remaining batteries for the main race, leaving Lyndon powerless.
Yeah, here we are in Folkestone. We're just going to get on the Channel Tunnel. It's 10:30 PM. It's 2 days later than we planned to be here as a result of all the shenanigans. Been on a big telecon with Alta to try and figure out a solution to racing Erzberg, and still going ahead with the plan with the EXR. I will take my teammate Ty Tremaine's spare bike and rebuild that bike, put my graphics on it and race that bike in the Prologue, and hopefully we'll be able to see if some nice person would lend us their brand new EXR Alta Motors bike so that we can actually race Erzberg. So we're going to call in Germany and see a couple of people that own Altas and see if we can get a couple of bikes. I just wondered if the bikes had miraculously appeared. There's nothing, still empty.
Well, we finally arrived at the Iron Giant. A little later than planned. The team looked at all options to ship new batteries from the USA or find owners in Europe who would allow the team to use theirs. However, batteries have shipping technicalities, meaning they would not arrive from the USA in time. and the bikes use such innovative technology that very few batteries have been delivered to Europe yet. First things first, it's time to meet the Alta team to discuss the plan, and then on to scrutineering.
Oh gosh, it's so good to see him. I'm glad he's here. We need to find some extra batteries if we can. We've got the word out with every European owner of the Alta MXR, which has the R pack.
As we said, Lyndon will be using his teammate's spare bike for the Prologue. So, it's time for Mike to get to work spinning the spanners to get it set up.
Electric bikes, definitely the future. Every year they're getting better and better. You look at the videos, especially from Ty over in America, and you know the bike's fast.
I think he can win the Prologue.
Do you think he's got the Prologue?
Well, a Dakar man, isn't it? Yeah. And he knows how to twist the throttle.
You got any tips for him?
Well, not for the Prologue. I'm not a Prologue specialist, am I?
Yeah, my name's Ty Tremaine. I'm 22 from the United States and I race for Factory Alta. Lyndon's a great dude, you know, it's interesting his story. I wasn't really aware of what he's got going on until I met him. I'll probably do some research and see, you know, where he's been and what he's up to, but yeah, I think it's really cool. Erzberg Rodeo is definitely one of those bucket list races, and so I'm super excited to be here this weekend.
Riders are allowed to inspect the Prologue course on a pedal cycle, so Lyndon calls in at Highbike to pick up a few of their swanky electric mountain bikes to make the job a little more bearable.
Sometimes when you're here, I can't feel no doubt, 'cause you keep me where
Been a little cycle down the Prologue course, trying to eye up the lines, see where we can make up some time and make sure we don't go too slow tomorrow.
For those of you that don't know the setup of the race, it is a 3-day event. First, there are 2 days, Friday and Saturday, of Prologue runs. These are high-speed, flat-out runs, a simple race against the clock up to the top of the mine on the mining roads. This sets qualification times for the main Hare Scramble on the Sunday. The Hare Scramble is where the top 500 qualifiers from the Prologue race against each other over some of the toughest terrain rideable on a motorcycle. Steep climbs, rocky sections, and slippery traverses see riders attempting to get as far as possible within the 4-hour time limit.
I'm Derek Dorstein, CTO and founder at Alta Motors here in Austria. Our expectations here are really to show the world what the bike's capable, that electric is really a contender for the podium at events like this.
Please welcome Lyndon Poskitt!
Yeah, I had 2 race bikes and all my gear and clothes and everything stolen. They even stole my camelback, but in true Austrian style I was told that I could use this. So that's why we've got this for me.
Yeah, it's still a good camelback.
I'm watching the Prologue, trying to memorise the Prologue so I can get a good time. This is what you have to do to be fast. You living the dream this morning, Mike?
Oh, living the dream, yeah. Just need breakfast.
Pin it to win it.
Really?
Yeah.
Even though he isn't competing for a place in the main Sunday hare scramble, Lyndon is always a competitive rider, and he will still be riding all out for a great result.
So that's first prologue done. It was good, really fast. Till 75%, we had a small issue with the bike, which limited the top speed, which was a bummer, but up until that point, it was very quick. So, I don't know, let's see how we did.
We've heard they had motor thermal limiting or some kind of thermal limiting issue. The bike gets hot. The bike gets hot, and we've geared it differently, and we've set the engine up a little bit, the motor up a little bit differently, so we need to figure out what happened. I think we had the same problem on both bikes. So there's a good thing that we've got 2 days of prologue to see if we can improve that time. But we'll hear more as soon as I get into the camp. That's the word we're getting from the top of the mountain.
As soon as I got out of the gates and twisted the throttle, that thing just like fires into action, and as soon as that was over the first jump, it was game on, and I just tried to keep it really smooth and get a good time in. It was going really, really well, right up to about 75% of the course. Then we had a small overheat issue with the bike. We think we know what that is, so hopefully we can make some changes and improve tomorrow. Yeah, the gearing's changed, the bike's changed a little bit, the mapping's changed, so hopefully today we're going to do better. I just got to keep it smooth and fast.
Totally pumped today. Can't believe that we got on 43rd position yesterday and 101st when the bike wasn't even working right or geared properly. So I kept telling them, no, we're going for #1 right now, right this minute. I didn't want to miss them starting because they're starting now.
Better than yesterday, but a lot rougher than yesterday, so hard to go faster than yesterday. Yeah, but happy to be here safe. There was a few crashes on the way up there, so I'm glad it wasn't either of us two. It's been an amazing experience, training and learning to ride an electric bike in these conditions. It's been awesome working with the Alta team. Prologue runs were so much fun. I had a real blast sliding around, hammering it up that mountain. This is the end of my Erzberg personally, other than spending tomorrow watching the main race. Ty qualified better than me, so it's important to give him the best we can for tomorrow, and that means giving him a bike and 2 batteries. So the bike that I used for the Prologue, we're going to take the battery out of that bike. So only 2 batteries that we got, and he's going to use that for the main race.
There is another underground sport that runs alongside the hare scramble at Erzberg, and that is table sliding. Some of the revellers decide to let a few pints of lager flow down the ramps constructed of dining tables before launching themselves into oblivion. I hope the first aid team are on hand. It looks to me as if there could be some nasty splinters here.
So here we are with my teammate Ty Tremaine. Ty, you put an awesome performance on for the Prologue to get the Alta Motors on the front row. How long is the battery going to last?
Plan is to go from here to machine. At the bottom of machine, we're going to do a battery swap, which will take 3 to 4 minutes roughly, depending on the circumstances given. And then we're right back in the fight for the race. And so hopefully at that point, it'll be hard enough and slow enough to where we'll make it and finish. And that's the whole goal and the plan for the team as of right now.
Lyndon has decided that as he isn't able to compete in the main hare scramble, he would like to head to a section called Carl's Dinner to do some reporting of the action and hopefully cheer on his teammate Ty as he rides through it.
Okay, so just climbed down from the top of the hill here. The riders have got to pop it in from right up there. I'm telling you, it's so steep, and it'll be interesting to see the approach that they take. Okay, so we're right in the middle of Carl's Dinner here, and what a dinner it is indeed. If you get it wrong here, there's a 4-foot hole you're going to drop down. That's not going to end well. So you've got to keep it on the marks. You've got to keep it really smooth. But the sheer length of this section, it's like half a kilometre all the way around, as far as I can see. Then the riders have got to turn around and come all the way back. It's going to be really hard for them. I'd be feeling super tired just looking at it. It's important to just stay focused, trudge your way through it, picking the smooth lines.
Lyndon has heard word that Ty has run out of battery before the scheduled change point, meaning his race is now over. Ty is a highly skilled fast rider. However, as this is his first time at Erzberg, small mistakes made en route have impacted heavily on the team's strategy, especially battery conservation, and they've paid a heavy price. I'm sure the entire team will take away the valuable experience they've gained here at the Iron Giant. Learn and come back again, even stronger.
Well done, Paul. Doing great, mate. You're doing great. Super nice through there. Gave me the little nod. Looking in good condition. Jarvis, of course, will be encouraged by the fact that he's caught another rider. They just need to follow their way through on these dots now. I'll give them some encouragement as they come through here. Well done, Johnny. Go on, Graham, well done, man. Good job. Go on, Graham. Graham just picking his way. He's so encouraged by the fact that Walker's in front of him here. Go on, Graham.
Another victory at Erzberg for G-Force Jarvis, friend and fellow countryman of Lyndon. Lyndon is going to get a few words with him on the finish line.
And you've just taken the win. How does that feel?
Wow, I'm just privileged that you're talking to me and I'm part of the Races to Places. Had in my head, I just wanted a good start, but it just didn't happen. And it was so dangerous going up the hills with the dust and stuff. Felt pretty good when I got to the dining, so I thought this is my chance to pull a bit back, and the bike was performing so good, it was just floating through there. And then once I got in the lead, I just thought, you know, it could be the last chance at my age.
You've even got a smile on your face, Graham. What's going on?
It's not all fun and games. There's a bit of hard work involved as well.
I know there's a lot of hard work in it. Well done, Graham.
Cheers.
It was definitely a good learning experience, you know. I learned a lot. One thing I can take away from this for sure is the start. It is definitely not a dead engine start, and I was not ready to go when we went. So the start the plan fell through, and then after that I just tried to do as best I could. I made it up all the hills. I had to redo one hill because I just hit the back of another rider who was stuck, and then worked my way through the forest and got to the top of the mountain, and our calculations were just a little off, so we'll learn from it and come back next year.
We hope you've enjoyed this all-electric project from the Iron Giant, even with the disaster of both bikes and a van load of kit being stolen. Lyndon, as usual, has managed to improvise the best he could and, of course, keep on smiling.